I would like to know what your views are on the issues of race and it affects the poor. Why do you think so many white folks seem to justify the death of black folks? There's a massive confusion about origination. Not getting spiritual in any way, not adding any foofy fucking new age magical nonsense, just considering the unidirectional reality of aging and the material in front of our eyes, we can piece together that everyone starts roughly in Africa and moves all the way to where you see everyone at now. We can piece that together, that everyone starts out as black and then over time, and this is where it drives me insane. White people have moles, and moles are black skin. We call them moles, but they're actually black skin. So the damn KKK and the fucking skinheads and anybody else who thinks black, you got black on you, do you? It's like there's an ignorance. There's a total ignorance about the whole issue. Now don't take this for fucking law. Just think. Just think. Given everything we understand from the level of just kind of paying attention to the shit around us, it's got to be us. And so there's a massive ignorance about that. The other thing, too, is so many white folks end up having to be an actual finite number. So in Amerigo Vespucci Campground, there's 371 million campers, roughly. And on the island total, there's something like 7,300,000,000, roughly. So you can't take race as a real thing, first of all, because it's not. It's made up. But also, you can't assume that racism is something that's just located in one campground. You actually have to look around at the other campgrounds. In the end, the individual fears the differences and then is socialized to group to like, cool, not like, and it's just an ignorance, an overall ignorance. So fundamentally, the fundamental problem is that, one, origination is not understood at all. You have varying factions and explanations for origination. And two, you have this idea that race is a real thing, as opposed to a fabrication, which it is. It's a fabrication. Race is not a real thing. There's only one massive mutation taking place, and every single appearance of it is actually isolated from the others. There's no such thing as race. And there's no such thing as grouping fundamentally. It's us. And I mean the whole island. It's us. And I mean everything you're possibly looking at has to be you at some very strange and yet beautiful level. It has to fundamentally be you. There's no God. God! There's no Zeus. Zeus! There's no Allah. Allah! None of that shit is real. However, we are actually here. The saddest part about religious war is they can see each other. They can't see the God they think they're fighting for. They can see each other, though. So just at the material alone, single common ancestor, you can only fuck yourself, fight yourself, kill yourself, and then categorize yourself and go, oh, that one's black, and that one's brown, and that one's this, and that one's white. And all the while, it's you. It's completely and totally you. It's you. It's fucking you. It's fucking you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's us. It's us. So if you think you're a white person, I recommend you look for your moles. Moles. Because that's your black skin. Don't be afraid of it. There's nothing wrong with black. There's nothing wrong with brown. Nothing wrong at all. It's fucking beautiful. Beautiful. So I got a bunch of little black skin on me in amongst all this other lighter skin. That's just the way it is. Everyone does, except for maybe a pure albino. So I just think it's ignorance. But also, I don't think so many white folk. I mean, I don't think that's really a thing. But I don't see. I mean, I lived in San Francisco, which is a very beautiful city. There's lots of all kinds of people. I'm here in North Carolina. There's all kinds of people wandering around. I don't see anybody attacking anybody. The challenge is that you have these isolated instances that then people take as trends. And if you don't do the math, then you end up pissing yourself off thinking it's a trend. There's two cases recently. One happened in July. One happened, I guess, after that, Michael Brown and Eric Garner. And it's unfortunate. It's fucking way unfortunate. It's totally unfortunate. But if you take two as a sample of some kind of trend, you're being a little ridiculous. Fundamentally, the problem goes all the way around the island. Aboriginals, Tibetans, when I was down in Oaxaca, my girlfriend at the time was working in a village of the Mihe people. They're darker. Not darker. They're a little darker. And so when she would go into Oaxaca City and tell people what she was doing, which was fucking playing with the kids out there in the mountains, they'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? Those savages. So racism is just fucking, it's different than me. And this is what I mean. It's a fundamental ignorance. It's a complete and total fundamental ignorance. The saddest thing is it's all you, and then you think it's not you. It's all us, and then we think it's not us. So these categories end up being crazy. This is even funny when you think of like marriage and romance. Like you can only fuck yourself. You can only break up with yourself. You can only miss yourself. You can only long for yourself. You can only give birth to yourself. There's no other option. It's one massive thing appearing to be a bunch of different things. So at best, at the material alone, though, not even being spiritual, at the material alone, just at the fucking material, just right at what you can see, the birds and the cats and the dogs and all of it, it all traces back to one single source, just at the level of what we understand looking at the material. So that origination ignorance causes a lot of trouble, because then somebody who's fucking the cops don't know that that's them. That's them they're choking out. That's them they're fucking shooting. And the saddest thing of all is that we praise and worship dead things over living things. Somebody goes into a store and they steal something that's dead. It's dead. It's fucking dead. And then here comes the owner of the dead thing. They're like, oh my God. And they call up a cop. And the cop comes and they kill somebody who's alive because he touched something that's dead. So everyone who thinks their furniture is more important than their kids, their cars are more important than the people that are around, their fucking stuff is more important than anything else, you're just contributing to the goddamn problem. So if you can, quit it. The dead shit is dead. The artifacts are dead. The books are dead. The movies are dead. It's all dead. The living things are alive. Let's value those first. Let's just try. Because at least it's valuing something that's closer to us. Closer to us than the furniture. Don't step on the furniture with your dirty shoes, you living thing. I love the dead things more than you. Fucking insane. Fucking all the dead shit gets worshipped and none of the life is being taken seriously at all. Single common ancestor. It's all you.